What's up, everybody? This is Story here. Welcome back to the Castle of Rise of the Witch King patch 2.2 version 6. Today we have a 1v1 on Forts of Isen II. So let's get in there. We have our first player, Platino, as Man of the West in the top left. And his opponent for this matchup is Asba as Dwarves in the bottom right. So we got a Dwarves versus Men on the forts. Should hopefully be an alright match. I just actually tried to cast a match between Platino as Men of the West against Mayshadow as Dwarves, and it ended in 12 minutes, and I was like, that was kind of a shit game. Which I didn't, I just decided to delete. So hopefully Platino against Asba is a bit better. It's a longer replay, so that's definitely a step in the right direction. But I was just like, oh, that was not what I wanted. I don't usually record a video and then end up deleting it right away because it sucked. And that was definitely the case. But anyway, hope this is a better match. We have a Hall of Warriors going down for Asba. And we have a forward stables going for Platino. Very forward stables. Not super forward, but I'm not sure this is a good position for a stables, if I'm quite honest. Unless he plans on building it, deleting it, and then building something else. It's a possibility. It's not unheard of. But of course, defending the stables is going to be a real pain in the ass, as you might expect. He does know his opponent's Dwarves, of course, because this is a 2.2 game. So it's not like it's going to be shockingly surprising. And we do have a phalanx going out for the Dwarves, so he chose wisely, at least. Potentially just to creep some stuff. It looks like he's actually sending a mine over here, which is very common. A lot of players build forward mines here, or even farms. So it's not too unusual. We have a mine here as well, and the phalanx is off to kill some warglayers. Although the cav has reached his base, so Platino is going to try and do as much damage as humanly possible with these. Unfortunately, the next battalion out was Guardians. That's not going to be particularly helpful. He's getting another battalion of phalanxes. Although he has brought phalanxes out there. And they're stabbing him through the side of the mine shaft, it looks like. So he did manage to defend that way. Going right back into the mine. That's the neat thing about the Dwarves. You can defend anywhere quickly. Same as Goblins, of course, with the tunnel system. But of course, the Dwarves need it because they're slow as shit. So that's the downside about that. But he's using it to get all over the map and creep these warglayers. Trying to get ahead on the money in the PowerPoint front, which is definitely a wise decision. Down goes the mineshaft there. Although Phalanx is being brought out to stab a few guys before he gets away. You see more Phalanxes as well. I hope we get to see some Zealots for some reason. The Zealots, I'm using the Rise of the Witch King HD Edition Alpha, of course, as you probably know by now. But the Zealots look super cool, and I want to see them. I've seen them once since I started using it, because most players don't use Zealots, it turns out. Which is unfortunate. But they are very cool. They very much got that Iron Hills look to them, to go with King Dane and his Iron Hills ties, which is very cool, and I like it a lot. We got Gondor soldiers being brought up for Platino, now that he's lost his stables. Looks like he's probably deleted his stables, I'd imagine. Probably why he put it there to begin with. Because he didn't plan on keeping it. Which is fair enough. So now he's transitioned into pretty standard stuff. Gondor archers, Gondor soldiers. But he still has this battalion alive, so if he gets a well down, which I think he's doing now, he can heal those back up. So he'll still have cap support, as long as he doesn't get them all killed. But he'll have a lot more basic troops on the field, which will help him out against all these Guardians. And Phalanx is being brought out. And of course, Gondor soldiers are going to do pretty well against the Phalanxes, because of course they're soldiers. Swordsmen against archers. Swordsmen against archers. Those are not archers. Not unless they start shooting spears from bows. But pikemen, as I meant to say. I think potentially my sensitivity is a bit high. It feels that way. Might need to adjust that. But I'll do it later. We have Platino going through the forward here. Will he be able to break these Guardians? Probably, but they're going to hold out fairly long time. Look how tanky they are and hold ground stance. Oh, there's the charge. One last hurrah to the line of archers. Beautiful. I love the charge ability. It's so good. Also gives them a buff, which is also incredibly good as well. And they just damage guys on the way in. That ability is potentially undergoing some changes in the next version of the patch. I won't discuss that, but I don't actually know what it is for sure, or if it's going to be a thing. But it might be something different in the next version. Not too different, but different enough. It could be cool. We have King Brand on the field. So he's out. He's looking to snipe some fools, as you do. So he'll be very useful for Asba, of course. Keep defensive things going, or even offensive. Brand can be used either way, really, as any archer hero can. But he'll be useful for sniping out these cav units, potentially, or the archers. And of course, Slam Shot's just very good in general. Ooh, that was close. Platino almost charged into some phalanxes, which would have been bad. Dwarves aren't going to get too far, though. There's just too many Gondorians here. So he's not going to gain any ground as of yet. Looks like he's utilizing hobbits from the inn there. Could be sort of useful at times, maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. Currently, though, I don't think it'll get too much done with hobbits when he has rangers. Well, he doesn't have rangers. Archers, rather. Because they have much more range than hobbits do. He's got a fair amount of them as well. So, that won't be too great. See, he's got that terrible yellow color that, as we all know, I'm a fan of. It's hard to see on the minimap, especially. I'm trying to admire Brand's armor. He keeps moving. I love Brand's armor. He looks so cool. Look how fancy his armor looks. It's so cool. And there you go. That's a prime example of what I was talking about. He's very useful for sniping out enemy archers. Look at that. Oof. I mean, they all didn't die, but like 5 of them died. Still pretty nice. So he's doing what he does best. But he will need to retreat here shortly, I would imagine. Hopefully he has a way to get out. He does have a mine shaft here, which the men of Gondor are trying to cut down. Not going to happen, though. Asba has used his heal there to keep him alive. And of course he has heal rally call. We have Platino having a heal, not heal rally call rather, and almost getting a 10. 431 of 550. We got 204 of 725 for Asba. Asba's ahead on the economy front for sure. He's got many more mines than the enemy has farms. So I'll definitely help him keep up the pressure. And really, as dwarves, that's really what you want, is to have more mines on the field as your enemy has farms. Because that just means more mobility for you as well, since you have that tunnel network. There's some gunner knights there next to Asba's base, which is looking menacing. Not the base, but the gunner knights. Although to some gunner knights, it would look menacing. Oh, right, of course. We can get Dunedain out of the inn if Platino was smart. He would actually start utilizing some Men of the West inn unit, because it's quite powerful. 400 for Dunedain archers. They're very good. They're basically Athelian rangers, but not. But they are 100 less, right? Yeah. And you don't actually have to have an upgraded archer range to use them, so it could be quite good. There we go, the Hobbit summon being brought in. Brandon continuing to snipe guys. And the Men of the West are on the run. We got Hobbit on Hobbit action. Disgusting. The only thing, the only place that's okay is in porn. Porn that belongs in some sort of deviant hell. Because I don't think I'd ever want to watch Hobbit porn. I think it'd be weird. But who knows? If there's a thing, people are into it. You'll find a group somewhere. What am I talking about? And why am I talking about it? I have no idea. Let's see what's going on in the game instead. Yeah? There we go. Is that 2 battalions capturing 1 signal fire? Yeah. Seems right. Signal fire. Whatever. In. Those are Thillian Rangers, so you have to not to get Dunedain and get Thillians instead. I mean, fair enough. Also, once he upgrades this, you can actually start getting fire arrows. Looks like he's command point capped as well. So no more troops for Platino until he gets more farms. Bran is really like MVP here, although he's now up against the Aragorn in his Return of the King armor and his gigantic sword. His sword is so massive. That's what she said, of course. Throw it out there. I'll do it for you. But really, he's like a Scottish... He's like Braveheart with his fucking claymore. It's massive. I love it. Did the dude in Braveheart use a claymore? I don't know. I just know the Scottish are famous for using big old claymores. I haven't seen Braveheart in a while, to be honest. Although not that long ago. Good film, though. Certainly the Lord of the Rings, though, is it? Absolutely not. Alright. Oh, interesting. We got Battle Wagon coming out for Asba. Well, that'll be a nice addition to his forces. And of course, we'll obliterate them, actually, if you think about it. Looks like the dwarves inside this mine are trying to defend. And they're doing it well. The hobbits, of course, throwing rocks, which is quite useful here in these close quarters. Also, more hobbits being brought out to there as well. Also, if you didn't know, hobbits can actually stealth in trees, which is a neat little feature that doesn't really get utilized much, but I mean, it is a thing that can happen. Aragorn is leading the army 4th there in the south, so they could potentially get some damage done here. A couple battalions of dwarves there in Porcupine. Bringing in some battle wagon in the mine there. There's the battle wagon in the HD edition, of course, led by the great... Instead of a great beast, it's led by a ram. Pretty cool. Tying into the hobbits a bit more, which I definitely approve of. It's better than that weird pig thing. Not that I don't love that weird pig thing. It's classic, you know? We all love that weird pig thing. But I much prefer the ram, because it makes more sense. It only makes more sense because we saw it in the Hobbit movies. And of course, you get to ride rams in Lord of the Rings Online, in case you didn't know that as well. Which is non-canonical also, but still, it was a thing. God, I put too much time in Lord of the Rings Online. Oh. That's probably the game I played the most hours of. I'll admit. Also spent a fortune. Nice long shot there, taking out a bit of dwarfs. Boromir's on the field now for Platino. Hopefully he'll be able to save his farm. He should be able to. Yeah, look at him go. Look at him go. And of course he looks great as well in his HD skin. It looks so good. The HD edition is so good. Fucking love it. I don't know if you notice, by every time I look at it, I just rave about it. I love the HD edition. Like, I really do. It's very, very nice. I mean, you don't really notice as much when you're far away like this, but every time I zoom in, I'm just like, yes. I mean, look at these dwarves. They look so good. And the tower guards, of course, look amazing. As they always do. I mean, pretty much if you make a bad tower guard, you deserve to go to some sort of hell, I would say. Do they not have a face, or am I imagining things? These tower guards don't have a face. They're Nazgul! I'm sorry, but am I hallucinating, or are they not? They're faceless. Let me just take a screenshot of that, because I found that strange. Anyway. Highly off topic. I was just gonna admire a tower guard, but then I noticed they didn't have a face. Maybe it's because my shader's all the way down? I don't know. I had to turn the shader down, of course, to get rid of the fog effect in this stupid map. So that might be the case. Alright, the battle wagons are afoot. One of them has been taken out, though. The other one might get away, if he's lucky. But he's going to really need to get out of there quickly to get away from the Rohirrim. Someone that has been called upon him. Nope, he's getting away. Not getting away, rather. Unfortunate. Oh, his bear's... Nope. Bear looks like he's just charging towards the archers. It'd be interesting if little wild bears attacked you. Very interesting indeed. Brand is now level 8. He's doing work. Well, he's going to get out of there. The army of tower guards and Philians march towards him. I think Asba's in trouble here, if I'm honest. He doesn't seem to have a whole lot going on. Oh, he's going for zealots. Yes. Lovely. Well, that should be good. I don't know how effective it'll be against what he's up against. Although the barrage seems to be pretty effective, as that's the remnants of a barrage. And Brandon's sniping off what remains here. There they are, to give you a face full of head. Nice. We'll see more of them when they get popped out somewhere else, I guess. But that's a very, very cool reskin of the mini Gimlis, as I like to call them. They no longer look like mini Gimli and look unique instead, which is pretty neat. I'd say Platino's base is pretty nicely set up. He's got 2 barracks here, so he's not just crammed them together. So just in case like an earthquake or barrage takes him out, we'll take both of his barracks out at the same time, which is nice as always. Where's the zealots? I know they're out, but I don't know where, because I can't see his color on the mini-map. It feels bad. His color needs to go to hell. Oh, there they are. You can tell by how quick they are. Zealots are quick. Surely he's going to stop, right? Yeah, there he goes. They got cool shields on their back. The Iron Hill shield. Some of them have hammers, some of them have axes. And they got that cool Iron Hills armor look. I like it a lot. Alright. A little bit more damage is going to be done, but not too much. The Zealot's probably going to get a couple more farms and maybe piss off, I'd imagine. But I don't think either player has the strength to kill each other currently. Aragorn not going to be enough with this little army to take out a Dwarven fortress, I don't think. Especially with Zealots in the field, and Prince Brand, King Brand rather. He's been upgraded, of course. Promoted in life. That's weird, because I think there's actually voice files that call him King Brand in the game. But when Rise of the Witch King was released, he was called Prince Brand. It's a bit weird. So obviously it was changed to King Brand. Of course, by this time, he was actually king, not a prince. Yeah, a nice slam shot there. Slammin', as a fire bat in StarCraft would say. I love the voice of the fire bat in StarCraft. The original StarCraft, of course. Not the 2. I don't hate the 2. But we all us old school RTS fans like ourselves some original StarCraft, I have no doubt. As we grew up playing it. As a lot of us did this. The Zealots are tanking those arrows nicely. Oh no, a battle wagon with a banner coming out. Look at them stabbing at nothing. They're really keen on stabbing something. And indeed, they shall, Gandalf. Although they're having trouble actually pathfinding over them for some reason. If those zealots kept up to, oh, there's 3 battalions of zealots and they're going to catch up to Faramir. Look at him taking damage like a boss. Or not like a boss, like a bitch, I should say. They're doing damage like a boss. Zealots proving they're worth the money when you invest. Because they are quite effective. And they'll just tear through most things. Zealots are very good. They're very high damage, very fast dwarves, which is unusual for dwarves. Could you imagine if all the dwarves were this quick? Oh, that'd make the dwarven faction just wholly different, wouldn't it? I mean, that would be one way to just balance the dwarves without having to worry about all their problems. Just make them the same speed as every other faction. I wouldn't mind personally, but obviously that's a huge step in maybe the wrong direction. Because they've been slow since the beginning of time. But I do feel like that is a balancing nightmare as well. But it's something unique for the dwarves. Obviously they're shorter. Stuntier people, so they're slower, you know. Makes sense. But when you have units like the Zealot, which are really fast, then you're like, well, why aren't all the dwarves like that? I don't know. Maybe because they're not all super powered mega monsters like Zealots. Dwarves are natural sprinters. They even say it. Here's the Metadale summon, of course. They have a similar, obviously, armor to King Brand, but not as regal looking. Still pretty sweet. I think only 1 battalion of Zealots actually got out of there. Nope, 2 of them are in the mine. So actually, he did not lose any of them. Very nice. Aragorn's level 5, Boromir's level 3. So his heroes are leveling pretty alright. Once Aragorn gets level 6, he gets Elendil, which is a fear, of course. Which can be negated if you get yourself a King Dane. Get his fear resist ability. Same with the Boromir's Horn. I'd say if you're up against Men of the West, actually, getting King Dane is pretty huge. Because he does give you that fear resist. So keeping him alive and keeping your army will keep you safe from Boromir and Elendil and all that stuff. There's a long shot going down, taking out some of the Dale archers, whatever they're called. Men of Dale, of course. Whatever they're called. There we go. Farm going down. Zealots getting out. I like the voice files for the Zealots. I think they were done pretty well. Obviously their models and skins weren't done very well because they were just reskinned Gimlis, but different color. Maybe shrunk down a little bit or something. But I very much approve of the voice files they made for him. I don't know what Asba's doing with these, but he's going to lose that battalion now because he decided to run through the army instead of going to the other one with this. Maybe the wrong idea he had there. So now he's down a Zealot. I actually didn't expect Zealots in this game, so I'm actually happy to see a lot of Zealot use. Oh, King Brand needs to get out of there. No! Oh no, he screwed up. He done goofed. Oh shit. That was a nice long shot, although I heard a Gimli leap. Where is he? There he is. Very nice. Gimli, of course, in his classic Gimli skin, but very much HD. Let him go. Gimli's a savage. I love Gimli. Gimli's an enjoyable character, is he not? I think so. Alright, as was pushing in through the center here with a battle wagon and a bunch of dwarves. It should really give his battle wagon a banner, I think. So he can give his army leadership and just stay with them. That'd probably be a wise decision. Although, this works too, because he can harass with it. And the XR, of course, helps with damaged buildings much more effectively. We do have Dunedain Rangers being brought out of the inn for Platino. Looks like he's also creeped the Warglider there, finally. But now he's defending against dwarves. There's the Zealots once again, bring in the pain, although I think they're dying more so than anything. This is probably not the best of engagements places, especially with a serious amount of archers over here. that death sound. Intense. But these dwarves seem to be doing quite well, on the other hand. Ready for battle, as they are. Very good. A couple of wall hubs being thrown up, of course, because saving builders is about throwing up wall hubs. For some retarded reason. I don't know who came up with the idea of saving builders with wall hubs. I don't understand why wall hubs are tanky. That's my flaw. Like, why is building a wall hub like more tanky than building a farm? It shouldn't be, in my opinion. In my unprofessional opinion, to save builders, just keep your builders out of harm's way. Don't leave them standing around. You lose your builders, that's your own damn fault. But oh well. That is the way it goes. And unfortunately for everyone but goblins in Mordor, or fortunately for everyone but goblins in Mordor, they don't get the privilege of throwing up a wall hub. For Mordor, your best chance is to throw up a tower. And goblins, well, best just throw a bucket of water, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, hello. There's a barrage. Yikes. Also, Boromir being chased down by Gimli and Gloin. Father and son. And you can actually tell they're father and son now. Well, they couldn't before, but I mean... Gloin looks old, let's be honest. Gimli, on the other hand, does not. Gimli's leap is fun. So fun. Aragorn's bringing it back. Will Gimli and Gloin come back to attack? Potentially. Potentially not. Zealots being sent off to deal with these Thillians. Or Dunedain or Thillians. Bran's still in the back there with his superior range. Aragorn's gotten Blade Master. He's also got Elendil, which you could utilize. Gloin is trying desperately to get away. Oh! Gimli's got Slayer. Slayer versus Blade Master. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, though. I don't know who's stronger. I would imagine 100% damage, increased attack, and move speed. Aragorn might be stronger still. He gets 100% armor. Basically, that's what Gimli gets, though. Oh no, he actually doesn't get it. He only gets increased damage and movement speed and attack speed. He gets armor and damage. So Aragorn's probably better in Blade Master than Gimli and Slayer. But of course, he's not faster. I can tell you that much for free. Also, is he actually better? That's speculation. I don't actually know. But Zealots are trying to defend here. They're going to be overwhelmed, though, I'm afraid. So there's just not enough dwarves left. The ring has been dropped as well. Looks like it's been claimed by the dwarves. Could be interesting. Doesn't look like he lost any of his heroes, though, so Asba's still sitting pretty on that front. He can get his army back when he's ready. How much money does he have? Nowhere near enough for Galadriel. I mean, he could potentially hold off the enemy with powers and his heroes and save for Galadriel. Maybe that's his thought process. He's partway there, mostly. We'll see. I have no idea. But, of course, he's going to lose a lot if he does that, because he's not really able to defend too much. This is the extent of Asba's army currently. And, of course, whatever's over here, which is some Zealots. Oh, we have some Knights of Dol Amroth. There they are. The Rise of the Witch King Issue Edition Knights of Dol Amroth. Which, of course, have taken the skin of the Knights of Dol Amroth from the Horse Lord mod. Which, of course, is now the Age of the Ring mod, and they have a different Knights of Dol Amroth skin, so they use this one for the HD Edition. And it's pretty cool. The horse in their armor takes on the color of whatever your faction color is, of course, so you can very much tell at a glance what they are very easily. And they do look pretty cool. there we go. King Dane has been brought out. He doesn't have Stubborn Pride yet, though, which is level 2. That would give the nearby allies resistance to fear and terror. Sadly, he hasn't got that yet. Well, he's sitting on 5,000. We have an Army of the Dead summon ready for Platino to be used. That could be quite deadly, especially with this hero squad running around. Wherever they are. Hell if I know. Because I can't see them on the minimap. I don't actually know where all the heroes of the dwarves are. I'm looking, but it's hard as shit to see, isn't it? There they are. Well, I guess I can kind of see them on the minimap. And there's Dane, of course, if you've never seen the HD edition glowing. Or Dane, rather. He looks like the Hobbit Dane. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. They could potentially go kill off this guy here. If Army Dead gets summoned here, the dwarves are going to lose a lot of stuff. Oh no. There it is. All the zealots and all the dwarven heroes are going to die. Gimli can get away if he has Slayer, but if he... Oh, he's not using it. Use it! You fool! I don't know why Asba did not use Slayer to get away. He should have. Well, mistakes were made. And now the Dwarven army is completely destroyed. Basically. Except for Dane, or not Dane, Brand. Brand is still alive in a garrison hall thing. Hall expansion. A smart idea to put it in there. Because of obviously the Army of the Dead can't get to him. He is totally saving for Galadriel. And of course with the banner upgrade on the Fort of the Dwarves, you only need 9 grand, not 10, to get the Galadriel. Will it be enough to stop them though? I don't know. That was the Beast Slayer arrow. Does pretty good single target damage, but of course it's much, much, much more effective against beasts, turns out. Being the Beast Slayer arrow and all. That's kind of what it does. There we go, the dwarves have no money. He's definitely bought Galadriel. Will that be enough to turn the tide of battle in his favor? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna say probably not. But maybe. There's a lot of archers here, which could be bad. Of course, in the strong heroes of the Men of the West. I think Asba may have made a mistake by saving for Galadriel, but we'll see, I suppose. Because he's let the Men of the West just get ridiculously strong now. And his archer spam is unreal. If he had like 4 battle wagons, he would be just sitting pretty right now. Having a field day with all these. I think that's all he has, is literally just archer spam. 1 battalion of tower guards, and some Gondor, or not Gondor, Knights of Dol Amroth. And that's about it. It's just heroes and archers from here on out. So obviously, troops on the foot not going to be particularly useful for the dwarves. All his buildings have also got that dark bug where you can't select them as well, which is kind of annoying. So it makes it so I have to drag over to actually select a building, which doesn't work for everything, usually. I think he's just sacrificed too much. I hope Galadriel turns this game around for him, I really do. Yeah. I think just sitting there not building anything for so long and losing your entire army and Army of the Dead has really just crippled him, allowing Platino to get far too much power. But Galadriel could kick the crap out of everything, so potentially she could win the game for him. Allow him to make a full-on comeback. Watch not be Galadriel come back out. It's just like he spent his money somewhere else. Oh. I'm fairly confident Galadriel is going to come out. In fact, I'm pretty sure the replay description said something about Galadriel. If I remember correctly. Which I don't normally spoil, obviously, but at this point I think it's pretty obvious that's going to happen. So why beat around the bush, eh? I think that's fair, yeah. Well, Dorson lost complete map control. We still have a mine here. And that's about it. And the West have complete control of everything else. So, since there's nothing happening right now, I'm going to fast forward. There she is. She flew out of that fortress. And let's see if she's enough. I don't think she's going to be enough by herself. She's not a Sauron, you know? She doesn't tank damage that well. In comparison to Sauron. But she is fast. She does have good power. And she has quite the attack. And that tornado, obviously quite good. Yeah, he's going to get a lot done with it at least. Potentially. She has already taken quite a bit of damage. You can't heal Galadriel either with your heal spell, so you have to keep that in mind also. I'm hoping he's actually starting to go for units and stuff at this point. Farms maybe would be nice. That's what I'm doing some damage over here to his farms. So throw up the heal there. He's getting his heroes back. That was definitely a good call. Looks like King Bran is in there somewhere. Down goes the mine shaft. It's unfortunate. Level 3 mine shaft's never fun to lose. Where's Galadriel ran off to? Probably up north, I'd imagine. There she is. Wailing away at a builder. There we go. Tornado's dissipated. But she's still running amok. She looks so wispy. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have an HD edition model. It's just that is the HD edition model. It's the same as the old one, if I'm not mistaken. Because, I mean, it's... How do you HD edition that, you know? It was already alright. Unless I'm wrong and that is an HD edition model, but I don't know. Pretty sure it's identical to what it was. Who knows? Well, I don't think Bran is going to be enough to stop an army of archers, but he's doing alright. Of course, fleeing back to the mines. Wise decision. Aragorn's almost level 10 as well. That's not ideal. I think he banked too much on Galadriel being useful here. Which she might be. She's keeping a lot of his army in the fort, though. Or in the mines. Something he could do, of course, classic tactic, is to earthquake the enemy base, send up an undermine with an army of dwarves with siege hammers, and bring that bitch down. With Gloin, of course, leading the charge. Because Gloin's good against buildings. It's always a useful sneak attack ability. And it works pretty effectively. And he knows these lands. Who would have guessed? Currently, as the moment goes on, there's not a whole lot going on the map, though. Just a little bit of back and forth skirmishes between you guys here and there. I mean, if Asba waits too long, he's going to have to army the dead again. So, obviously, he's not going to want that to happen. There's the barrage. Oh, nice. It's also blue because he has the ring, which is a neat little feature of 2.2 version 6. If I'm not mistaken, they're blue. The doors are going to have blue, and Mordor's going to have the red one in the next version, just by default, potentially. I can't remember if that was the thing. There's also a button on the fort, like right here, that says Enable Collector's Editions visual upgrades. You can click to turn those on for your faction in the beta currently of 2.2 version 7, which is pretty cool. Which I would imagine might turn that on for you as well. Maybe not. But it'll give you all the other visual upgrades that you get when you get the ring, like now. Without having to get the ring and all that. It's pretty cool. So it's nice that little thing is there, that little feature. And it's also interesting you can add it to a button on the fortress as well, just to be able to activate it. I thought that was kind of neat. Ooh. Also doing an archer summons. Killing it. Absolutely killing it. So Galadriel's being sent. Did you deal with the Dunedain archer summon? I don't know why you would send Galadriel to deal with an archer summon. It's not like they're gonna... You're not gonna gain power points or levels off of these. And they're not gonna do any damage to your buildings. So, what is the purpose? And of course he was running him away. There's no purpose to that either, because they do despawn and you have no loss by sending them to their death. Also, you can't really outrun Galadriel. I love when she attacks. Everything just goes flying. Especially when she does the kick. It's great. Nice little karate kick from Galadriel. Never hurt anybody. Or hurt everybody. One of the two. Eventually, though, Men of the West will have Earthquake themselves. And that Dwarven fort will probably be toast. I think Asba's been sitting on his Earthquake for far too long, though. I think he's just conceded to the fact he just wants to play around with Galadriel a little bit. Which is fair enough, but it may have lost him the game in the process. Because he's just given up all and any momentum he had. I mean, he has no map control either. Unfortunate. I mean, they might be played for fun, who knows, but most people are playing for fun. If you're not playing for fun, then you probably shouldn't be playing a game. Some people try hard play just to do so, which I find silly. In my opinion, if you're not having fun playing a game, you shouldn't be playing a game, because like, it's not a job. It should be a hobby that you should enjoy. But that's my 2 cents at least. Galadriel takes a farm down in 3 hits. So strong. I wonder how well Knights of Dolormouth will do against Galadriel. Probably not very well, I'd imagine. She literally insta-kills the entire battalion in one swing. Wow. Okay. Yep. Not very effective. Tom Bombadil. Tom Bombadil against Galadriel. There's a thumbnail and a half. I think that'll do. Nice. Why is Tom Bombadil so weird? He's not doing that well, it's gotta be said. But he's trying. He's trying his best. Also, still find it weird that Tom Bombadil has brown hair here and then his thing has white. I don't like inconsistencies like that. I don't know why he had white hair to begin with. Since he was supposed to have brown hair. In the books or whatever. As far as I know. Well, Galadriel is just killing everything. Will she kill this, though? If she had her tornado, yes. I don't think her fear ability works against Army of the Dead. Her attack might, though. I'm not sure. But she can outrun Army of the Dead for days. Look at that. She can get into a mine without too much trouble. Can she go in mines, actually? Actually, I don't know if she can. She might be excluded from the Might Network. That's possible. Because I'd imagine Sauron can go in mines. Because that'd be stupid as hell. So it wouldn't be very fair if she could. There's a battalion of Rohirrim just hitting things here for some reason. Not being dealt with at all. Unusual. So now we've really got just a hero versus Galadriel scenario. Aragorn, of course, not going to have any of it. Oh dear. There's the Undermine. He had Undermine and Earthquake. He could have done so much. Galadriel's taking a lot of damage though. If only Gloin was level 10. Sadly not. Gimli though has gone Slayer mode. He's got quite the AoE as well, so he'll be slaughtering his way through there. He's also taking very little damage. And Gloin has fallen into shadow. The rest of the Dwarves will follow suit here shortly. As they're just not much of a match for this anymore. I don't think Asba has much of a chance in hell here, if I'm quite brutally honest. This would be a completely uphill struggle for the rest of the game. Although Army of the Dead has been used. He still has his Earthquake, but he doesn't have his Undermine anymore. Why doesn't he just use... He could have used Earthquake and then got Earthquake back and used it again by now. I think he's... Hell, he should just Earthquake himself. Do us all a favor. Nah, he doesn't joke. I jest, sort of. We do have Gandalf on the field, though. Gandalf the Grey rides to Isengard. We got Theoden, we got Eomer, we got Boromir, we got Aragorn, and Faramir. He's got everybody except for Eowyn, I think. Poor Eowyn. The female heroes get left out quite often. She'll find. Because they're just not as good, sadly. I think Eowyn's very good, to be honest. Galadriel, of course, is incredibly good. Arwen's alright. I'll give you that. I'd much rather have an Eowyn than Arwen any day. Eowyn's actually a good combat hero. And her spear throw is incredible. Boromir's getting his butt kicked by Galadriel, though. Wow, really? We have a forward fortress being thrown up. Ah, scummy. But Theoden's horse armor is not. Ooh, that's not scummy at all. Yeah, I think we know the state of the game at this point. I'm just gonna fast forward through the rest of this replay, I think, because it's really just them trolling around, and at that point, I'm just kind of, Don't want to make the video too long for no damn reason, to be honest. So we'll get to the important bits. There's a barrage. This forward fort is there. There's Galadriel. Where's Galadriel? For I very much desire to speak with her. I don't know. What's the base of the Dwarves? He's got upgrade. He's got Citadel now. He's also still got his original production setup there. You wouldn't think it'd be very hard to kill a dwarf at this point. I wouldn't, at least. But it shouldn't take too long. What's this amount of siege weapons? That's all the firestones that are upgraded on them. Look at that. No, there goes 3 of them. Falling victim to the mighty catapults. Also the rebuild going down on that. So that doesn't mean he won't have rebuilds for his fort, though. But really, this is just as important as this at this point. So defending him is all important. Galadriel's getting close to death here. Gandalf on the chase. Gimli should really cut down Gandalf. Oh, there he goes. Boromir has got... He's gone balls deep. There's the earthquake. From the Men of the West. Decimating everything here, but not killing the heroes. There's an undermine being thrown up. I think that was the one. He hasn't gone for any offensive attacks on the enemy. Unfortunate. Highly, highly unfortunate. And here we have our ghost friends, once again. It's so strange. I'll have to do a test after this just to see if the shader does affect their skin. It might. I thought it was only unit texture or whatever would have affected units, but who knows? Because it's the only thing I don't have on ultra high. So either it's that or it's a texture bug. Because I'm pretty sure they have faces in the B4Me 2 HD edition. There's the mighty catapult being thrown up there. Very nice. I'm going to fast forward some more. Try and get this replay over with. Because to be honest, towards the end, I've kind of lost interest. Because they're clearly just dicking around here. And if they're not, well, they're just... I don't know what's going on. There we go. Galadriel's dead. That's a good thing. Well, the dwarves literally have nothing except for their heroes. If the Men of the West can't finish them at that point, well, they should probably hang up their towel, I think. Oop. Somehow I ended up in the corner of the map. There's Army of the Dead once again. course, not going to do too much, especially when just attacking a fortress. There. Thank God. Well, that was a game. It was entertaining for the first half, and then the second half just kind of tapered off, and the Dwarves gave up, I feel like. So it stopped becoming interesting, in my opinion. But until then, it was pretty good. It's good to see the Dwarven Zealots being utilized well. I liked that quite a bit. I thought the Dwarves were doing pretty good until he just gave up and saved for Galadriel at that point. He kind of lost the game. So, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll see you guys in the next not live, cast of the Rise of the Witch King Patch 2.2. See you all next time.